Hey. Welcome, welcome. It's Friday Reads Live on YouTube now. So we're going to see how this works because people were complaining that they couldn't get on and it was difficult. So here I am on the YouTube. How are you? Welcome to DL and Tracy and Alicia and Tatiana. Welcome. You know the drill. This is Friday Reads, where we talk about what we're reading today, Friday, this weekend, and sometimes into the following week. So, what are y'all reading? I am reading, I'm about to finish up Let Us Descend, and I'm reading the eighth volume of Aya. And I think I've read like the first 25 pages, and it's just like, this is good. Stuff is going down in here. So I'm reading a graphic novel and finishing up this literary fiction. So what are y'all reading? Let me see what's going on in the chat. What y'all doing? What y'all reading? Hey Fatima. Hey Donna Lisa. Okay, so DL is reading King, yeah, A Life. Listening to it on audio, it's quite good. I've only read like the first 25 pages, but I feel like this weekend I'm a hit King hard this weekend. Um Tracy said she's reading The Street by Anne Petrie for the book club. Very nice. And CA Nwagu says I'm reading Someday Maybe. Okay, Tatiana says I'm reading Mama Day and Camille. Oh, very good. I'm glad you guys have started reading Camille. I haven't started it yet, but I think I'm going to start that maybe like when I'm mid-month. I will start reading Camille. Yeah, in CA Nwagu says Mama Day is beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful novel. Donna Lisa says to Tatiana, Mama Day is one of my favorites. And it's also, I feel like Mama Day is one of those books that not a lot of people mention. That is from the oldies. And I feel like that's one that everybody should at least try to read once. I would like to circle back on that one actually, because I remember when I read it in college, I loved it. Julie Quick says, current read is The Secret History. Loving it so far. Okay, that's very, now that's one that I have not read yet. Tatiana says, FYI, Didi, I'm lurking because I have to get ready to head out. Okay, no problem. But we'll keep an eye on the chat. Okay, great. Thanks so much. CA Nwagu says, Mama Day and Color Purple are two of my favorites. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, hey, Raymond's in the house. How are you, Raymond? What are you reading? Welcome, Fatima. Fatima says, also reading King A Life and rereading Minor Detail by Adania. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Shabili? Yeah, I think. Tracy says to DL that she loves Anne Petrie. Let's see. Maya Ma says The Street was so good. I'm going to reread it and read it next month. Hey, LaShonda, welcome. What are you reading? Hey, Celeste. Ooh, Celeste, I like that picture. Celeste. Celeste looking all chic in her picture. In her thumbnail. Raymond says, I'm reading King by Jonathan Eig and The Color Purple. But okay, well, those are good ones. LaShonda says, I hear y'all discussing Mama Day. Yeah, you have to read Mama Day. That's a classic. Like, that's like a must read, in my opinion. That's something that everybody should at least read once, like I said. Hey, Patrice. Hey, Val. Yay, I'm glad you guys made it. Tatiana says to CA Nwagu, agreed. I was like, he needs to be popped. Celeste says, thank you. It's an oldie but a goodie. Yes, it is. I like this picture a lot because it's giving me mystery, girl. It's giving me mystery. Okay. A social optimist says, "Hey everyone, I'm reading Stamped from the Beginning." That's another one I have not read yet, and started painting this year. Oh, very nice. Alicia says, "I'm reading Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid." Yeah, yeah. This one was a very big. I was what popular like two years ago. Everybody was reading that book. Um, yeah. Tracy says, "I'm also rereading The Color Purple and reading some King." Okay. Hey Latrice. Hey, hey, hey. What you doing, girl? What you reading? Let's see. Val says, "Just finished The Wren by Anne Enright." Oh, okay. I've only read one by her. I read The Gathering. I thought it was like a 3 star. And now I'm reading An Earth Grocery Store. Yeah, I've heard good things about that one. Hey Teresa, welcome, welcome. I'm glad people actually remembered that it was on that it was on here tonight, because I was thinking people were going to forget. So I'm really happy that you guys are here. Um, yeah, the Ren is the Ren like, is that one that is recent? The Ren by Anne Enright. Let me just, yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with her that much. Okay, so Latrice says she's reading Camille at the moment. Okay. Hey Tinley says, "Hey everybody, happy Friday and happy New Year." I'm reading The Unkind Hour. Oh my God, that book is so good. Yeah, that's a good read. It's very suspenseful, and it has you literally on the edge of your seat. Like, he killed it with that one. Dwayne Alexander Smith. He knows how to write a good thriller. And of course, if you haven't read 40 Acres, you need to just, follow up with the 40 Acres after The Unkind Hours. Um, LaShonda said, reading Camille and Once by Alice Walker. Okay, so this is your first book from your spotlight reading this year. LaShonda is Once, so that's very good. Oh, you're reading them in order. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. I haven't read Once, so I'll be waiting to hear what you got to say about it. Raymond said, "I forgot and then remembered you were going on YouTube." Yeah, okay, because I put a thing, but I didn't know who actually saw it. Val said, "Yes, it came out last year." Oh, okay. I catch it. Oh, I'm sorry on the keyboard. Okay. Donna said, "I'm reading Defending Jacob." Who's that by? I don't know that one. Hey, hey, WA. Welcome. What are you reading? Um, yeah, I was trying to think. Um, yeah, that sounds familiar. Defending Jacob. CNJ one says, "Happy Friday. I'm reading The Fraud. Not sure how I feel about it, but this is my first Zadie Smith novel." I don't know if you should have done that. Mm-mm. You should have started at the beginning. You should have started with White Teeth. I don't think it was a good idea to start with The Fraud. You should have started with White Teeth. That's her masterwork, her first novel, and it's the novel that got her, made her famous. So yeah, I would have not gone with the latest one. I don't know, readers do that. Like, when there's a book, the latest book comes out from a writer that is, very well known, it's never really a good idea to start at the back end of the back of the list, with the newest thing. It's better to go all the way and start with either the very first novel or at least the one that made the writer famous, because then you're going to get a better feeling of what's special about that particular writer. Sometimes choosing to go to the newest one, it can be kind of difficult. But that's just me. That's my opinion. WA said, "I just finished The Supremes." Oh, I love that book. At Earl's All You Can Eat. Brilliant novel. Loved it. Thank you. Oh, I recommend it. Okay, great. I really like that novel because I am marveled over how well that black man writes women. My goodness, he really did that. He writes women extremely well. Um, CNJL1 says I DNF Mama Day, but think Linden Hills is a masterpiece. What happened? What happened? What Mama Day? Oh dear, what had happened? CNLJ1. DL said, just watch. No, I watched Defending Jacob on Apple TV with Chris Evans. Okay, I thought this was familiar. I was like, where do I know this title from somewhere? Teresa said, I'm reading King and also my first book by DL, Ruby's Brunch. Very nice. D. Baker said, why are we on YouTube? Girl, we on YouTube because IG be messing with us. There's like so many people who cannot get on live because they keep getting thrown off, or worse, they just can't get on at all, or they try to type and everything gets backwards and all that. So we said, let's try it over here. So this month is going to be the test of doing these lives on YouTube, and we're going to see how it goes. If people seem to feel more comfortable and they can type and comment and speak the way they want to, and more people can come on, then we will stay on here. But if it feels not authentic enough, or it's not working, then we'll go back to IG. But IG was pretty difficult the past couple of months with people getting on and off, and it was complex. So that's why we on YouTube today, D. DL says, everyone remember to hit the like button. Yes, please. Thank you. Julie Quick said, only ever read On Beauty. Okay, On Beauty is another one that was good. But I wouldn't say it was one of her best. Not been able to bring myself to read another. If that was your first one, then no, you didn't read the right one. The first one you need to read is White Teeth. And then you go from there, because then you'll understand more what this writer is all about. I think I gave On Beauty a 3.5, but that was when after I finished reading is when it came to my understanding that it was a retelling of Howard's End. So when I heard that, I was like, well, damn, I haven't read Howard's End. So I said eventually what I would do is swing back and read Howard's End and then reread On Beauty to see if I like it better. And I have a feeling I'm going to like it better, because now that I know that it's a retelling. When I picked the book up, it was with my book club here in Normandy. We didn't know it was a retelling, and nobody in the book club had read Howard's End and realized that it was a retelling. So maybe, cut her some slack, Zadie, cut her some slack and try to read White Teeth. Let's see. D says, listening to King and finishing. Hey, I just received that. I received that for Christmas. I can't wait to get to this one. I think I might read that one maybe in February or maybe in November. I think I might read it in February though. Okay, so LaShonda said, yeah, IG used to randomly boot me. Yeah, it booted a lot of people. You weren't the only one. Deal said, I cannot do Zadie Smith. I want to, but I just can't dig her work. Some of her work is really good. Like my favorites, definitely White Teeth. Another one I really liked was NW. And another one really was Swing Time. Those are like the 3 fiction works that I like the most from her. And I feel like the thing that she does the best is how she writes characters in conversation. So when she's writing a dialogue, she really does get the essence of the character within the conversation or the dialogue extremely well. It's phenomenal how she. All right. But she's not for everybody. I know that already. She's not for everybody. Okay, CN Wagu says to Julie Quick, same on B, did not do what it should have. Well, I don't know. Did you read Howard's End? Because if you read Howard's End, then you can make that judgment. But I think if you haven't read Howard's End, then it's difficult to make the judgment because it's a retelling. DL said to Teresa, hope you love my girls and brunch at Ruby's. Raymond said, DL, you know I was still mad with Zadie for that recitative intro, laugh out loud. Julie Quick said, white teeth, it will be. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Val said, sad to say, I just don't get on with Zadie Smith's writing, so have stopped trying to read her books. Yeah, I mean, I know some people don't, like, I feel like there's some authors that are very, you either like them or you don't. So I would say in that category, I would put Zadie Smith, Coulson Whitehead, and I think I would also put James McBride as one of those writers that you either get on with it or you don't, or you don't. So yeah, it's like that. It'd be like that sometimes. LaShonda said, and IG stopped notifying me when Didi was going. Oh no! See, mad, bad IG. I'm tired of IG. Super tired of that app. Teresa said to DL, yes, I'm enjoying them. DL said to Raymond, laugh out loud, we will never forgive her for it. Raymond said to DL, never, ever, never, ever, laugh out loud. Celeste said the intro was insane. Hey D. She said, yeah. Okay, Curly Q said, hey y'all. Lashonda said, Didi, when I watched your goals video yesterday, I screamed when you said you were gonna try to start doing more reviews. I am. Hi. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be watching them, but I'm gonna do them, because that's what I did before. So why am I gonna change? It ain't, it's not broke, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the reviews because that's what I like to do are the reviews. So we're gonna see what I'm gonna be, putting up for reviews where you can get an idea of what you will either see on YouTube or on my blog. So if you just came in, I'm finishing up Let Us Descend. And I'm reading Aya de Yopougon, and this is volume 8. This is the newest edition that came out, and it's pretty good. All right. Okay, so D said started an e-arc of the Lost Love Songs of Boise Sing by Ingrid Persaud. Oh, wait, isn't she Caribbean? Ingrid Persaud? Am I crazy for saying that? I think is she from Trinidad, maybe? I'm not sure. Let me know, D. Seeing Wago says to Raymond, what did Zadie Smith say in the recitative intro? It was too long. Val said, got my copy of Known World this week. Yay. Looking forward to reading. I'm looking forward to it as well. Curlicue said, brunch at Ruby's is top tier. Love it. And those chicken and waffles and all the descriptions. Yeah, that sounds like it's a good book. It's got a lot of food descriptions. I love it. Teresa said, yeah, I don't think I jive with Coulson. Yeah, Coulson is one that I know that people don't always jive with that particular author. Now I say James McBride because I feel like it can be hit or miss with some of his. Like I've heard a lot of people say the Heaven and Earth grocery store they adore it, and then I've heard other people say, "Oh my God, I couldn't get into it." Same with what's that one that he wrote before? That was I tried to read that one, this other one, and I couldn't get into it. There was just too many damn characters, and I felt like I was, it was like a jumping movie in front of my eyes, and I couldn't read that one. But I did love The Good Lord Bird, but I didn't like what was the other one? Deacon King Kong. I think I tried to read Deacon King Kong twice, and I gave up. It was too hard. Mm. So I think he might fall into that category as well, because also another book that a lot of people had trouble with, and then there were very few people that actually loved it. So, it's like that sometimes. Raymond said to C.A. Nwagu, she said too much. The intro was longer than Toni Morrison's short story. She was doing too much pontificating about what that story meant, in my opinion. Okay, and Tracy said exactly. DL said, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be here. Okay, cool. Raymond said to CA Nwagu, I'm not sure why they picked Zadie to write that intro. Because she's an intellect. Hey Billy, how are you? What are you reading? DL said to Raymond, and why they didn't ask her to edit it down. Your contribution to a work should not be longer than the work. Yeah, you can never know what happened with that. They might have told her to write more, for all you know. Tracy said, I keep trying to tap on the comments to reply, like on IG, shaking my head. No, if you wanna reply to people, you just put at and you put their name, and then you write your comment and they'll see it. Billy said, I'm reading King. Yay, a lot of people here reading King. I love it. By Jonathan Eeg, and The Street by Ann Patry. Very good. Yes, I got it. Okay, yes, she is from Trinidad. That's what I thought. Yeah, Love After Love. That's what I thought. Okay. Interesting. I have actually Love After Love. That's one of the Caribbean I haven't read yet, which like I need to get on that one. Sienna Wagu says, man, that makes sense. I read the story years ago and could never understand how they stretched the story to fit a book of that size, shaking my head. Curly Q said, yeah, I tried Harlem Shuffle and felt Coulson wasn't for me. Well, now you see, if Harlem Shuffle was your first Coulson Whitehead, that's why you made a mistake. Because he has other books that are much more, I would say, much more approachable. Like I would have gone with Sag Harbor, or the Nickel Boys, something like that, or John Henry. Some of those other ones, his older work has a tendency to be much more approachable. Whereas with this new one, it's a series and it's sort of like I don't know how you want to describe it. I guess it's like a sort of like it has mystery elements, but it's still really literary fiction, and carries the same character throughout the novels. The second one was called Crook Manifesto. But it's not the place to start with Colson Whitehead. Not at all. You should start with something like I said, like Nickel Boys, John Henry, or Sag Harbor, something like that. But you said you love Deacon King Kong. Well, you see, there you go. There you go. Okay, so Teresa said McBride, I love. Salim Cooper says Song Yet Sung was good. Yeah, that's an older one. I hear that. I hear good things about that one. Tracy said to Billy, I'm rereading The Street. Salem Cooper said Deacon was too long. Oh, okay. I don't know, because I ain't finished it. So I don't know. I DNF'd it. CNJL1 says, I will try Mama Day again, but I didn't really like the main character and her boyfriend. Okay, well that maybe try immersion reading. So with the audiobook and reading at the same time, that might change things for you. Curlicue said, I felt that way about Tenants from the Apartment. Is that the name? Tenants from the Apartment. I think I read that. Is that the one? It's just short stories with all the people living in the same building. Yeah, I think it's called Tenants. Uh, what is it called? Tenants from the. Oh, I can't remember what it is. I think it's Tenants from the apartment upstairs or downstairs or something like that. I read that one. I thought it was good. I mean, I think I gave it 3 stars. The problem with it for me was there were some stories that hit really, really well, and others they were just okay. So I gave it like it was 3 stars. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just good. It was good. Celeste said, I definitely agree with that about James McBride and Coulson Whitehead. I enjoy most of their works, definitely not all. Yeah, they're not buys, for everybody. There'll be auto buys for some people, but not for everybody. CNJL1 says, from reading The Fraud, I can tell Zadie is really smart. Yeah, she is. She might be too smart for me. Raymond said, I've only read 2 books by James McBride, Deacon King Kong and Kill 'Em and Leave. Okay, yeah, I haven't read Kill 'Em and Leave. Searching for James Brown and the American Soul. The James Brown book was fire. Okay, well, there you go. The Black Sociologist, welcome. Hi, just joining. I'm reading The God of Good Looks. Now, that one is good. That's a good book right there. I enjoyed reading that book last summer. I read it with Peta and Karen. They do they spotlight reading Caribbean books during the month of June, and that was the book that they were reading. It's really good, that book. I think it was very well written, very well put together, great ideas, and it just was perfect for summer. Val said Love After Love was very good. See, Love After Love, I remember when it came out, it seemed a little bit like half and half. I remember a lot of people saying, "Oh, I just love it. I love it." And then there was people that were like, not so much. So I don't know what to think about that one. I'm gonna have to read it this year and figure it out. DL said, I like Nickel Boys and Underground Railroad. Yeah, I liked Underground Railroad as well. And I liked Nickel Boys as well. Could not get through Harlem Shuffle. I haven't tried yet. But I like Colson Whitehead's writing because I've read Nickel Boys, Underground Railroad, Sag Harbor, and I read one other one. I can't remember what it is right now. I think what the other one is, but I've liked them all. Now I haven't tried Harlem Shuffle yet. I'm hoping to get to that one maybe this year and see what that's all about. Hey Lex, welcome. Lex says I'm thinking about starting Peyton Place by Grace Metalius. I guess that's how the name is pronounced. Since I really enjoyed the film and soap opera. Okay. Celeste said those were great, but you know how I feel about his latest. His latest. What's his latest? His latest what? You know how I feel about his. What do you mean? We'll visit later in the year, Raymond. Okay, I don't know what that one is. Okay, so let's say I love Deacon King Kong too. Val said I loved Underground Railroad. Shonda said Underground Railroad was my first introduction to Coulson Whitehead. I enjoyed it, but I know some didn't. Raymond said Stories from the Tenants Down. That's it, by Sadiq Fofana. I didn't think it was a bad book. I just didn't think it was a great book. I mean, it's like a 3 star. There was some really good short stories, and a few others they just kind of like, you know. Tracy said, I love The Color of Water, memoir by James McBride. Okay, I haven't read that one, but I've heard good things about it. Billy said, I didn't enjoy Harlem Shuffle. Raymond said, I had the same reaction as you, Didi, on stories. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I'm not mistaken, that was a debut. I'm not sure, but I think. But there were just some stories they just shine so much. They literally overshadowed some of the other ones because the other ones were just okay. So that's why for me, I wound up giving it like a 3 stars because it just seemed the fairest. It didn't seem fair to give it a 2 stars, but it definitely wasn't fair giving it a 4. So I think I gave it a 3. Curly Q said, "Yep, that's the one with the short stories. Yeah, that's about yeah." CNJL1 says, "My first Colson was Apex Hides, The Hurt and I just didn't care by the end. I haven't read that one. Celeste said same DD about tenants. Quick read, but some stories lacked. Because I read it in the summer. I read it when I was on holiday, and I remember reading it. I think I read half of it in the car when we were on the way, and when we got to the hotel, I was just like, this was like, okay, So it is what it is. Curly Q said she might be too smart for me. I feel that. But she's a great lady. If you ever get a chance to go and hear her talk about her book or whatever it is you go to, hear her talk about, she's really, really cool. She's really, really super cool. CA Nwagu says, hi Dee Dee, when is the next season of your podcast? Okay, so we should be putting up episodes in mid-month of this month and last week of this month as well. So I guess you could say it's the second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday. We'll be coming back with that season. So you can just hang out. You'll see I'll be putting ads up for it and everything, but it should be mid third second Wednesday of the month and fourth Wednesday of the month. Thanks for asking and thanks for listening. Tracy said, does anyone remember those co-authors Virginia DeBerry and Donna Grant? 3 of their books from a while back are being reissued. Donna Grant sounds familiar, but I don't know who Virginia DeBerry is. Curly Q said, heading to tutor chat with you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay, we'll have a good tutor session. Hey Kay, I met DeBerry and Grant. Sweet women, good books. What you reading, Kay? Teresa said, I love Peyton Place. I barely remember it. Raymond said, hey to Kay. Celeste said, that was about James McBride. Billy Edwards said, I'm going to try Nickel Boys. Yeah, Nickel Boys is good, but you got to get your mind right. Because that book is brutal. Get your mind right now. Celeste said, I think you will love it, Billy. Raymond said, yeah, it was a debut. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I mean, you can't be too hard on people when it's a debut. I mean, you gotta, you kind of give them a little slack, just a little bit of slack. Billy said, my bad. I get them confused all the time. Tatiana said, that's the 2-author book. Yeah. Trying to sleep in the bed you made. Okay, yeah. WA said, are you going to read the love songs of your voice? Yeah, eventually. Eventually, at some point. At some point, you'll know when I'm done. WA says, it's on my list this year. Yeah, I mean, love songs, that's one that, apparently, especially in this group of people here that come today, there's some people in here, they love that book. Like 5 stars. If they could give it 10, they would. Maya Ma says, my TBR is growing. Everybody's TBR is growing. See, the thing about it is, what you have to do is you have to say, I'm a reader and I love books. My TBR is never going to be down to 0. Because new books come out every single day. So what you have to do is you have to get in your mind, relax, calm down. You know you will never read all the books. So you just say my TBR is ever growing, just like me as a reader, I'm ever growing. And just be done with it. Just be done with it. Cool. Tracy said, DeBerry and Grant wrote Trying to Sleep in the Bed You Made, Far from the Tree, Better Than I Know Myself, and a few others. Okay. Teresa said she's loves. SD said, hey everyone, hey Dee Dee, how are you? It's a book doctor. Oh, I love you. I love the picture, book doctor. I love your little thumbnail. Y'all got cute thumbnails. What you reading, the book doctor? CNJL1 says I always mix up James McBride and August Wilson. Okay. All right. Don't ask me why because I'm not sure why. I think they both wrote Fences. Oh, Jesus. Celeste said, love. I know y'all love it. I just said that y'all up in here, y'all could give it 10 stars, y'all would. Teresa says, I love her love songs, gets 925 stars from me. A book doctor says, I'm reading King. Reading King. Celeste said, I am not doing good. I already ordered a book already. See, there you go. That's why I don't know why people get bent out of shape and they start doing these stupid spreads in their reading journals. TBR to zero. Like, what the heck does that mean? TBR to zero. You know your TBR is never going to be at zero. Never, never. Mayama says facts. So many books, not enough time. And that you just have to accept. You just have to accept it and keep it moving. Tracy said we all have Babbel books acquired beyond life expectancy. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. We all have Babbel. Yeah, I love it, girl. Yeah, we do. We all have Babbel. Okay, so Raymond said, hey, Shay, because now that we know that a book doctor is SD. Very cool. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I don't know, Latrice. Some people be out here, they be tripping hard because they can't get their TBR down to zero, or they'll read all of the books on their shelves, which they can consider that being getting my TBR down to zero. And then the very next day, they're out buying tons of books again. So I'm like, this is weird to me. This makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Ricky Hernandez, hi, how are you today? You're number one. Your friend. Okay, yeah, God bless you too. Okay. Raymond, hey Raymond, thanks for okay, Dame McD said I came across a small novel called Monster by Walter Dean Myers. I'd never heard of it before, but am enjoying it. That's right. TBR will never be at zero. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what that means, TBR at zero. Now, the book you're reading, Monster, I've heard about that book. It's supposed to be very good. SD said, I use this account for my class videos and not book content. I don't even remember how to change my name. It's okay. I just like your thumbnail. I think your thumbnail is cool. Yeah, I'm gonna use Babbel too because I think that is hilarious. I don't know where you got that from, Tracy, but it is spot on. Spot on. Love it. CNJL1 says to Dame McD, that's a YA. Yeah, it is. I think I read that, A Young Guy on Trial. Yeah, I remember when it came out, and I remember everybody saying how much they loved it. Very, 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 very well done. That one. Yeah, see, Maya may say, yeah, Monster was very good. Tracy Celeste says, I don't know what I'm doing over here either. So a book doctor. Well, I feel like there's nothing wrong with listening and writing down, maybe books that you might be interested in, and then give yourself time to do the research to see if you really want to get it. So, for example, instead of just ordering it directly online, take your list of, let's say, when you get 10 books, then you go to the bookstore, to the library, and you shop and you look at the book and see if it's even worth you spending your time or your coin or whatever. Instead of just jumping right in there when you got it, wait till you've got a list of 10, 15 books. Then that way it kind of like it helps you, buy slower. Do I sell my books or do I keep them? I keep some of them that I want in my collection, and then the ones that I don't want, I pile them up in bags. So right now I have about 3 bags of books to get rid of. So sometimes I give them to friends, neighbor that lives 3 houses down. She's French, but she reads in English. So sometimes she gives me books and sometimes I give her books as well. And then I have another Black American friend who lives around the corner. I give her some books because she hardly ever buys books and she knows I'll eventually give her books. Um, and sometimes I have books and she's like, "Oh, I want to read that." I'm like, "Good," because I don't want it. And I'll just give it to her. And then the other ones I just sell. There's a site here where people can sell, clothes and, shoes and books and stuff like that. And in the book section, there are quite a lot of, English books. English language books. So I can sell some on there. So that's usually what I do. And sometimes if I can, I'll give them to the local library because the local library has a small section of books in different languages and they do have English. The only thing with the library here is they won't accept a donation of books unless they have to be hardcover. They will not accept paperback. And that's just because they know that that paperback won't look like crap next month because people are so brutal on books. So that's what I do. uh Alicia said Monster was made into a Netflix movie starring Jennifer Hudson and Jeffrey Wright. Okay, I didn't know that at all. That's news to me. I'll have to look that up. Dave McD said, yes, I was cleaning up my son's room and found Monster in his stack of books. An easy, interesting read. Okay. Teresa said to Raymond, I finished 2 of the N.F. Baldwin books this week. I Am Not Your Negro and Notes of a Native Son. Yeah, I'm Not Your Negro. That one is really good. Um, Natasha Taylor says hello and happy new year. I'm new to the chat, but have been watching your videos. I have many books and I love to read, so I don't do the TBR to zero method. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, anyway, welcome, Natasha. What are you reading? Um, a book doctor said I really need to get rid of my William Faulkner books. Had them since my first year of grad school. Never want to read them again. Oh my God, I love Faulkner. Of course, I haven't read it all, but I do like Faulkner. Um, Raymond says to Teresa, yes, congrats, Teresa. Our Tracy says I came up with Babel to go along with Sable stash acquired beyond life expectancy about yarn. Okay. With knitting and crochet students. Well, it's spot on. Raymond said Faulkner got to go. No, I like Faulkner. I like Faulkner. CANY said, you ever have seller's remorse? No. Books that you gave, sold, but came to better understand? No. Mm-mm. No, I don't do seller's remorse. Like if it's gone, it's gone. I've never sold something or gave something away that wanted, or that I regret that I sold it. No, never. Because before I actually go to sell something or give it away, I've either had it on my shelf for a while, have at least read it once, and and so when I'm throwing it in that bag, that is the bag to give away or sell bag, because I have thought about this long enough to know that I don't want to keep this one in my house anymore. Because if you don't do that, then you don't have any room for books. Now, and I mean, my house isn't huge, but I have bookshelves upstairs in my craft room, and I have bookshelves down in my living room. And I haven't read all of those books. So what I do is once I give some away or sell some, it allows me to have room for new books or for ones that I want to keep. So no, I don't get any remorse. There's no reason to have remorse over that. I mean, because I take my time with that decision. I take quite a bit of time to make that decision. Um, wait. Okay, let me see if I can follow this correctly. Okay, so Natasha Taylor says reading Atomic Habits, and I'm looking for another. Any suggestions? Atomic Habits. I don't know. I don't know what that one's about. What are you looking for? What kind of book are you looking for? Read afterward. Mystery, nonfiction, uh, literary fiction, romance. What are you looking to read? To give us something to go on. Uh, uh, okay, so you see, C in Jail One says another productivity book. Natasha Taylor says Monster gives to middle. You can give it to middle grade or high school students. They really enjoy it. Joanna Cruz says Absalom, Absalom. I think she liked that one. Natasha Taylor said the recommendations do not have to be on. Okay, they don't have to be on productivity. But what are you looking for in particular? Is there some other kind of you know thing you're looking for? So Tinley says, Natasha, I recommend Family by J. California Cooper. I recommend that one too. It's really good and it's short. Val said, isn't there a follow-up to Atomic Habits? I don't know. I don't know. I avoid reading those kind of books. Um, yeah, I would recommend Family, or I would recommend I'd recommend Perfect Peace by Daniel Black. Okay, Teresa says to Natasha, this group is great for Rex, but we need to know genre you like to read. Exactly, because if we don't have nothing to go on, we can just be throwing everything out there. Natasha said fiction, mystery, science fiction, short read is helpful. Well, Family is a short read, so that's good. Mystery. Well, we got mystery lovers in here. For mystery, um I would recommend Blanche on the Lamb series. There's 4 books, and the books aren't particularly long either. Very good stories around this character, Blanche White. It's called the Blanche White series. The first book in the series is called Blanche on the Lamb. Very, very good. Fiction, well, that can go anywhere. I mean, like I said, I had suggested Perfect Peace. I mean, I don't know. Raymond said to Natasha, we also can tell you what not to read. Okay, Raymond. Start your mess, Raymond. You know we don't like that name in here, Raymond. I'm not even gonna read that name out loud. I'm just gonna act like I didn't see it. Tracy said to Natasha Taylor, a good short story, a short fiction read is Redemption Song by Dr. Bertice Berry. C.A. Nwagu says Blanche on the Lamb was good. Yeah, it's excellent. Teresa said, stop it, Raymond. Me and Kate. No, I'm not going there. Y'all the only two in here that like that book. Um, Joanna Cruz said, yes, The Personal Librarian. Now that's a good one too. Listen to her. Personal Librarian. That's a good book. Tracy said to Raymond, oh no, don't mention it. Do not mention this name, because then we're gonna be on a tangent and it's gonna get us away from the good books. We're gonna be talking about the bad books. The next one I know will come up after that. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna read that comment because no. So let's get on to some positive talking about books. So we are already day 5. How many books have you guys read now that we're on day 5 of 2024? How many books have you read? And do you feel like you're off to a good start, or are you going slowly? And also let me know, how many books did you pledge to read this year? Uh, okay, Joanna's laughing at us. Yeah, because I gotta ignore some things. Otherwise, we just gonna go off somewhere we don't want to go. Teresa said, "Did anyone else read the First Ladies besides me?" No, you're the only one, girl. I'm gonna read it though. You're the only one. Natasha Taylor said, "Thank you, everyone. I wanted to step out of the books that I read to help students make selections." Okay, great. Latrice said, "The person librarian summons Latrice in the chat." Laugh out loud. Yes. Um, yeah, yeah, Latrice. We know that's your jam, girl. Uh Tatiana said, "Y'all lucky I'm driving." Oh my God. Um, okay, so WA said, "What you pledged? Oh, you've already read one book. Okay, you finished one book." Val said she finished one book, 49 to go. Raymond said, "I haven't finished any books yet. I pledged to read 12 books, but that's because I like to set it low and not pressure myself." Okay. CN Wago says, "On my third book." Alicia says, "I feel like I am off to a good start. I finished one book already." Okay, you see, it's going good. Um, proper Chica 90 says, "I hope to read 20 books this year." Celeste says, "Started three, finished zero." Well, that's still, I mean, you started three. WA said, "Finish one book." The Black sociologist laugh out loud. "I need this year to be better with books." For me, I am a part of a book club and we are supposed to start back next month. So I can am going to try with 11. Let us gather and pray for me. Girl, look, the best thing to is to just set your goal low. Set your goal at 5 books. That way, it's not too hard. You should be able to get to 5 books. But let's imagine your 2024 takes a lift and you got more stuff to do. You'll at least be able to get 5 books read. No point in putting 11 if you know 11 is a stretch for you. Just put 5. And if you can always change it, put 5. And if you go to 11, then you'll be even happier about that goal. The idea of putting a higher number, I mean not a higher number this year, but it's really not that much higher because I have had years where I read 70 or 75 books. I usually put 50, but I usually read more than 50. And I mean like in the 60, 65 or 70, 75. But I put 70 this year. Who knows? I might change it. I might not because it does not do crap for me if I don't finish, my reading year. I didn't finish my reading year last year. Oh well, nothing. You know, I feel like if you don't want to put pressure on yourself, then just put 5 books instead of 11. And that way you can read in peace. If you read more, good for you. If you don't, oh well. Teresa said, "I finished 2 books out of 85. Okay. D said, "Slow read, goal is 45. I like how you say that. Slow read, goal is 45. You Latrice said, I've read 4 already. I knew you had read 4. 2 were James Baldwin essay collections, one a graphic novel, and the other is A Color Purple. My pledge is always 52. So you see, Latrice did exactly what I said. You have like a baseline, and that's what you Latrice gonna read like 120 books, probably 140 this year. Um, proper Chica 90 says, "I haven't look. No worries, you will eventually." CNJL1 says, I now ha- I now Hobbit is my favorite productivity book." Okay. Kay said, "Finish 2, reading 2, goal is 50." Maya Ma says, "One book and taking my time. My goal is 70." So we have the same goal. Lex Reed says, "I finished one book, The Peace of Mind, A Piece of Mind. by J. California Cooper. I want to read 50 books again this year. Yeah, Peace of Mind is a good one. Natasha Taylor says, I have pledged to read 12 books this year. I have not finished the book I am reading yet. No problem. C and JL Sasha, I'm about to read Solaris. That's sci-fi. That's what's his name? What is that guy's name? It's Scottish guy, so who wrote Solaris. Can't think of his name right now. Uh he wrote Atonement. Isn't that the same one who wrote Atonement? But he wrote Solaris. Let me know. C and JL1. I think that's who it is. Uh Alicia said, Latrice, you're already showing out for 2024. I know, right? But I didn't expect anything less from Latrice. Tish said, my goal is 12, finish one, reading one. Okay, good. C and JL1 says, also any Octavia Butler book for sci-fi. All right. Val said, I just managed 50 by the end of December by reading some short books. Did consider setting a lower target this year as I didn't enjoy the pressure. Yeah, well then if you don't enjoy the pressure, you might need to set it lower. D said I applied for PhD, so goal may change. Yay! You go get that PhD, girl. Tatiana said I have 3 books going. Am actively reading 2. Nothing is finished. I have no number goal. There's a lot of people with no number goals. More than people think. Tracy said, this is random, but if anyone is interested in green smoothies, check out the book 10-Day Green Smoothie Cleanse by J.J. Smith, African American nutritionist. Okay. Latrice said, yay, Tati reading makes me happy. Raymond said, yay, on the Baldwin books to Latrice. Latrice said, these essays been fire, Raymond. The Black said, mind you, I'm so audiobooks, so I am literally listening to the books while doing other things. I'm going to commit to the 11 because I want to at least read what my book club is reading. Okay, well, that's fine. Latrice is laughing at Alicia's comment about her showing out already in 2024. Joanna Cruz said, I pledged to read 25 real books this year. Excludes all my Brenda Jackson and Beverly Jenkins audio joy. Okay. Raymond said to D, yes, it definitely will change, but I made myself read at least 10 pages a day of pleasure books when I was in my program. Yeah. CNJL1 says just one so far. I pledged 30. Okay. Tinley says, taking my time this year, just like last year. My reading goal 40, and with the way Unkind Hours is going, I'll finish my first book by this weekend. I'm not surprised because I found it very hard to put down the Unkind Hours because I wanted to. It's made so that you get to the end of the chapter and all you want to do is go one. Like you don't even want to take a break. It's written so well. Latrice said to Joanna Cruz, now that counts. Nah, that counts. That counts. Tracy said, I'm also gathering all my Baldwin books for the Baldwin Challenge with by Raymond. Maya Ma says, thanks, Tracy. I'm doing a green detox, so that will help. Tatiana said, what's a real book? Or what's a fake book? Oh, Tatiana goes, these are fake books. I think when people say real books, it's because so many people make a big difference between listening to audio and reading a book. Although they have this, the end result is the same. You just don't get there in the same way. So for me, an audiobook, you read it. That counts. DL said print books, ebooks, audiobooks are real books. Yeah, they are real books. Um, I'm not one of those people who thinks that audiobooks don't count. Of course they count. Why wouldn't they? Now I prefer saying physical books instead. Physical books to me sounds better than real books. Um, Dane McD says, I just finished Yellowface this week, 19 more to go. Listening to Barbara Streisand's audiobook, book club, read is Cutting for Stone by Vera Gezi. Come on, Stone. And I plan to read Recitative by Toni Morrison very soon. Okay, Tatiana said, that's what I thought too, was confused by the distinction. Yeah, I know a lot of people say that, they say, I'm going to read a real book. And I'm like, what you mean? You mean a physical one is what you mean. I prefer that word physical than real. And I don't like that because it doesn't, I don't understand what you mean. Maya May said, who is the author of The Unkind Hour? Oh, Dwayne Alexander Smith. Come on now. The author of 40 Acres. Tinley says, Dwayne Alexander Smith is the author of The Unkind Hours, and he's also the author of 40 Acres. If you have not read 40 Acres, you need to read that. That is, got to get your mind right for that too. DL said, all of Alexander's books are so good. Unkind Hours was great. Yeah, it was really good. Tracy said, yes, physical books, audiobooks, ebooks are all real books. DL said, sorry, I meant Smith. Yeah, we got it. Not Alexander. Yeah, we got it. So yeah, so it looks like everybody is off to a good start. I am reading two, about to finish one. No, about to finish two, and about to start a third. So I'm taking it easy, but I'm throwing in my graphic novels here and there because I have quite a few of them that I would like to finish off. So I'll be reading them alongside King and The Last Thing You Surrender, because those are really big books. And I have to finish reading The Last Thing You Surrender for next Saturday, which is a reread. Dane McD says to Raymond, okay, thank you for the advice. A Love for Me says, I'm rereading The Color Purple. Teresa says, I need to get to Unkind Hours since I really like 40 Acres. Yeah, Unkind Hours. I was really surprised by how good that one was. I was like, because like I think 40 Acres had already been out a minute, and then he decided to go and publish The Unkind Hours under his own name, so without a publishing company. And when I picked it up, I could only pick it up at the time on ebook because it wasn't in physical copy yet. I still don't know if it's in physical copy. But I started reading that book and I was like, "Oh my God." I mean, it was just so yeah, it's unsettling and it's just the tension. Wow. He really did it. That's the kind of, that book, I'm surprised, has not been made into a Netflix movie because it would be perfect. Um, yeah, he does need to publish another one, but he is publishing another book, but it's different. It's like a romance, and he's writing it with another woman. But that's not really my thing. So I don't really know what that's going to be like. But it's not his typical genre. So I'm not sure why he's not writing like another, thriller type book, or maybe a second part to 40 Acres would be really nice. CNGL1 says Stanislaw Lim, I think he is Polish. Okay, this was also made into a film in the 70s. Okay. Val said also dug out my copy of Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, I did too, because I have a copy of that. I want to read that before James comes out as well. James is coming out though in March. So I will try to get to Huck Finn again because this will be a second read. But I read Huck Finn years ago. So I really do need to do a second reading of that. Latrice said, I need to read Unkind Hours. Yeah, you do. It's really good. You could read that in a couple of hours probably because you read fast. Joanna Cruz says, in my case, the Brenda Jackson, Beverly Jenkins books are steamy palate cleansers. I can listen to one a day. Laugh out loud. I listened to 13 in December. Okay. Maya Ma said, I can't find Unkind. No, it's The Unkind Hours. Try it with the. Tatiana said, so does Eric Charles. No, Eric Charles May has not written a thing, not a thing since his first novel. Sadly. Sadly. Tracy said, at some point, if you all have not already, you all should read Coretta Scott King memoir, My Life, My Love, My Legacy. Okay, I'll note that one. My said, oh, okay, I found it on Kindle. Yeah, I'm sure you did because you're probably not paying much for it either. Now, I'll tell you what I did purchase on Kindle the other day. I purchased 3 Beverly Jenkins. It's the LeVar, the what's it called? The wait. It's the Jesus wept. I can't remember the name of the damn thing. Uh it's the Levesque trilogy. I purchased the Levesque trilogy on ebook. So 3 ebooks of that. So because I want to follow that particular, I want to know more about that particular character because the first Jenkins that I read was what is that one called? It has him in it. It's one of the newer ones. But when I read that, I was like, "Ooh, I need to read the other one because I hadn't had a chance I hadn't had a chance to read and understand. So it's I think it's Through the Storm, Winds of the Storm, and Captured. So those are the 3 that I purchased. Um DL said Pamela Samuels Young really wanted to write a book with him, and that's what they came up with. Should be a fun read, but it's nothing like his usual. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna skip that one. Thank you. Tatiana said, "Oh, I'd read a male written romance, but I don't know about wanting to read him as a co-author. No, I don't. I'm not interested in that. I feel like he needs more solo books before attaching himself to another author. Yeah." Latrice said, hear me out. I think S.A. Cosby could write like a crime fiction romance, but that would have us weak in the knees. Like he really could laugh out loud. Well, I don't know. Everybody be talking about how violent his books be. So I don't know. That romance might be raunchy as hell. um Tatiana said, just my opinion. You might be right, girl. I don't know. I'm not interested personally. Tracy said to Tatiana, is that yeah, that's the author of Bedrock Faith, Eric Charles May. He has not written a thing since. Joanna Cruz said, I just ordered the known world for January. Yay! You mean for February? February. Um, Raymond said to Latrice, let's get a joint book by S.A. Cosby and D.L. White. Ooh, that would be good. Tinley says to Latrice, I agree wholeheartedly. Tracy says to Raymond, you read her memoir. Yay. Yes, it was great. DL said, S.A. Cosby is not a romance author, y'all. Laugh my ass off. Look, I was saying, I don't know what kind of romance he gonna have up in there, but okay. Val said, I got the Heaven and Earth grocery store on Kindle for 99p here. Oh, wow, that was cheap. Raymond said to DL, yay, but if you team up with him, S and JL one said, I count audiobooks by the experience is different, but the experience is different. I will zone out on audiobooks, so not a fan of them for fiction. That's why I don't I what I usually do is I do immersive reading with audiobooks. CN Wago says Beverly Jenkins Indigo will always be top shelf for me. Yeah, Indigo is a standalone. I think I had that one on Kindle as well. Teresa said to Latrice, I totally agree that S.A. Cosby could do that because his couples in his books were good. Latrice said his sex scenes be fire. Okay. Latrice said, I know DL, but he could do it though. Tatiana said, I didn't have S.A. Cosby on my radar. Then someone said violent and quickly bought a book on Kindle. I love it. Latrice said, Tati, that's all it took me. WA said, I Googled and seen IMDb has the film The Supremes. Oh, okay. And you can did you see it's directed by Tina Mabry. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know it had been adapted to film. Okay. That's interesting to know. Joanna Cruz says, yes, I love the Blessing series where the sisters buy the house, buy the town of Nicodemus. I'm ashamed to say I never knew they were Black homesteaders. Tatiana said, Latrice, sadly, yes. So I read a good amount of grim dark fantasy, and the fighting and violence is mostly why. I laugh out loud. Tracy said, I don't think it has come out as of yet. Okay. DL said, I want to see that. Okay. S.A. Cosby adding an element of romance to his novels. Why not? I haven't read any of them, but who knows? Maybe I'll get to one of them, at least the first one. So I can read one S.A. Cosby. Um, Raymond said it's in post production. The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. Okay. All right. That's interesting. That should make a good, it should make a good adaptation. And of course, all of the S.A. Cosbys apparently should make good adaptations as well. Because everybody says how suspenseful they are. So yeah, I think that's really good. Let's see what else. Okay, guys, so I'm going to start winding down now. This has been very interesting. Put a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you felt like this was easier for you to chat on, how you feeling about it. Are you okay doing it on YouTube or do you prefer doing it over on IG? So thumbs down if you're just, nah, I'm not feeling it. Just so I can get an idea. You are very welcome, WA. I also have another issue next week. I'm not available to do Friday reads because I'll be at the doctor's. I have a doctor's appointment and it's late. So yeah, that sucks. So I will be back week 3, the third Friday. Okay, so we get all the thumbs up, so people are really happy with it. Okay, because that's the main reason for the switch is so that people could actually participate in the chat and not be thrown out and not have all kinds of other issues. And I know Tatiana, you always be having issues. IG does not love you, girl. I don't know why. We love you, but IG don't love you. So I'm glad to see that this is working for people. So look out here for, like I said, the third Friday. I'll be back on here. I will notify you on IG. Don't worry. Just in case people forget, I'll notify you. And then that way you can remember to come over here. So that's it. I'm, wishing you guys a happy Friday. Tatiana, I didn't get booted once, but YouTube loves you, Tatiana, and wants you to come back. We're dying for you to come back, Tatiana and Kay, the reader. Stop playing. Um, so I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a great Friday evening and a lovely weekend. Loads of great reading, and I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Bye.